Hey friends, I'm in awe of the Spellbinder All My Senses collection designed by Jaycee Gaspar. I will show you how to create a card using the Sensory Facets die and a card I made using the Fragmented Gaze die, as well as all the things in the bundle. Last night I subscribed to Jaycee's channel and watched his live. It was inspiring to hear him talk about how this collection came to fruition. He also shared information on the DIY color deck and how he uses this system to determine colors he uses to create. This bundle is loaded with the mix of dies, press, foil plates, stencil, and 48 A2 size color wheel cardstock panels. Tons of inspiration is out there using these products in this collection, and the possibilities are endless. So I love the abstract artistic feel of this collection. This card was created using the Fragmented Gaze die and the Ambient Oral stencils. The next card was the first card I made using the Sensory Facets die. I showcased the uniqueness of pattern paper. So let's go ahead and begin. In preparation for this card, I have pre-cut all the pieces. I am starting with the panel of Diane Rooney's digital paper, adhering it to a top fold A2 size card base. When you think about this paper as the base, think about the hair per se. So I did showcase this paper in my Soulful Celebration creation. Check out that video and the Soulful Celebration playlist if you haven't already. You'll definitely be in for a treat. So again, we're using the Sensory Facets die set. I love the fact that the face is in a heart shape. So you get a total of 20 dies that allow you to create amazing works of art. Now I'm sure there are several ways to put this together. I found turning the two heart-shaped pieces over and adding a piece of mint tape to hold them together worked very well for me. Look at the etching on the die. Look at all the fine details. This made it so easy to layer in all the pieces like a puzzle piece. So when you watch me put this together, it's going to come together just like a puzzle. So you're probably wondering, how did I select my colors? Now, when you look at all of the inspiration out there, you see tons of different colors. It's amazing some of the variations that I've seen. In my case, I selected the colors by pulling from the background paper. I threw in some gold because gold is one of my favorite colors that I like to use. That metallic gold just really sets things off. So I did use my tweezers and my Barely Arched glue. Really helped me be able to put all of these pieces in place. Something that you can think about as you're creating with this collection is the color scheme. There's absolutely no boundaries that exist. You can determine your background and then pull your colors from that, or you can build your heart with whatever your color choices are, and then work backwards and then find the perfect background to match that. Again, when you look at the background piece, it sort of serves as the hair per se. And you'll see that come together as I continue to work through the process of creating the face. So some things that you could think about is texture on the card. You know, a lot of us like some wow factor. You might want to pop it up using some 3D foam tape on all of these shapes that create the face. That's one of the ideas I have that I think I'm going to try. On my very first card, I used the embossing folder on her hair, so that gave some dimension and texture. I also used pattern paper on one of the cards that I showed you. Instead of using just plain cardstock, I thought that was really cool and different, very abstract. And in one of the cards that I saw Jaycee create, he used the Perpetual Profiles press plate that comes along in this bundle. And I thought that was a very creative way to use that plate. Some additional ads you can use to spruce up your card is some finishing touches. You can use some glitter along the eye to make some eyeshadow. You can use glossy accents for lips. We all love a little shine. On lips, you can put it on the hearts if you wanted to, that are on the cheeks. I did see an example of the hair being glitter paper. So Dana Joy had a beautiful card. It was just very classy, very regal, and it literally had gold glitter paper as the hair. So there's so much you can do. You can do some ink blending on the pieces, and that makes it really come together and provide you with a lot of dimension. So definitely get creative, make your creations unique, make it speak to you. Just again, the possibilities are endless. And I think that is one of the things that drew me to this collection. So you can probably see some things I've done here. I used black to do my eyebrows and my eyelashes because I thought that it was just a nice contrast based on the colors that I did use. I love the hearts. The hearts allow you to either have just a single heart, you could do some ink blending on the edge, or you can do a split heart where you use multiple colors. So that's really cool. You can tie that into the other colors on the face. You can tie it into the background colors, whatever, works best for you. So one thing you do want to be mindful of, the hearts are two different sizes. One is large, one is small. The first time I put a card together, I did notice that I had the larger side of the heart on the smaller heart. And I was like, wait, that doesn't quite match up. So just something for you to think about. But you can be abstract if you want to. That may not be even an issue. So when I first saw this, I thought about a time when I was young and in class, they would take you on field trips and you would go to art museums and you would talk about Pablo Picasso, abstract cubism, like all the things. So it just made me think about college. It made me think about just art just in general. And I'm not an artist. I can't draw worth a lick. I can definitely use a stamp and I could definitely use some dyes. So it was just great to feel like, in a way, that I'm an artist when I'm creating using these products. Another thing that came to mind for me was representation. So I love that this collection allows for representation in so many ways. Representation of being a woman. That's pretty awesome. Just the celebration of ethnicity, allowing cardstock colors to work their magic for everyone, depending on what colors you use. It could make you think about how you're feeling in a day. You might not be having a great day and want to use blues. So whatever works for you. And then we just passed International Women's Day. So there's just so many things and feelings I think that I felt when I saw this collection. So thank you, Jaycee and Spellbinders. So I'm a little bit off camera, but you did see I'm using some 3D foam tape on the back of the heart. I love dimension. I don't know about you guys, but it is a thing. I do like some pop-up on my cards. So back to this card making. I am taking my base and looking at the shoulders per se of this beautiful abstract woman that I'm putting together. Again, I'm using my technique that worked for me, adding a piece of mint tape to the back. So I'm joining those two shoulders and I am just looking at adding it to just align with the bottom of the A2 size card base. So the lining up piece is a little bit important because once I put this down, I do have two additional pieces that I'm going to be adding into right around the shoulders to start to form the hair per se. So here I am using my Barely Art screw. I got that placed down there. I am moving it again into place just to make sure all is well with the alignment. I did use the Charm Life Spellbinders die, and I forget which month I got that, but I think I get the large die, and this was one of them. It was cute. It had like a bear, it looked like a purse. But the first thing I was thinking is they have all these elements that sort of hang off the purse, and it could look like a gold chain per se. So nice accessory to this to add, you know, a little necklace to her neckline. So I thought that was very, very cute, and it ties in the gold on the face with the gold that I used to create the necklace. So we have two pieces that are going to go right above the shoulders, and I decided just to use black. I didn't want something that took away from the image, so I thought that the black went well. And as I'm placing these in position, you are going to begin to see the quote-unquote hair begin to form when we put these in place. So again, that beautiful background paper is doing a lot of the work for me here. And that's another thing, like, don't work so hard. Use your pattern papers. That's one of the things that I'm trying to get better at in 2026. Allow the paper to work for you. So I did have an extra heart. Not sure why, but I did. So I was playing around with it because I was trying to decide if I was going to have it like sort of dangle off or on the chain. But it was a little bit too much. So even though I put the heart together, I decided not to put it on a necklace. And I actually used it inside of the card, the right hand corner, bottom corner. So it was nice, just a nice little element that I could still use the piece and not toss it. Alrighty. So moving right along, we are doing our finishing touches. I'm taking off the backing off of the adhesive of my 3D foam tape, and I am just going to tilt her head to the side. You can do it straight, but the tilt gives it a little bit of sass. Look at her. Look at her. She is on fire. I love this. I love that I'm going to be able to send these cards out to a couple of friends. And yes. So I hope you guys had a great time, that you enjoyed my makes. And it is so easy. They just come together real quick. So thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.